And welcome to our Norman Sportsline program here today. We're joined by the Hapnot King, or a good contingent of the Hapnot Kings senior boys volleyball team, who came within 4 points of winning a provincial championship here just a short while ago back in Ile-Des-Chene. Joining us today will be the coaches, Craig Mcintosh and Doug Gawiak, plus a few of the players as well, Sam Kinsley, who was an all-star at that event, along with Brent Muench. We're going to chat with them as well. I guess, Doug, we'll start things off with you here today. I know that you've been involved in the high school athletics thing for a long time. How exciting was that for you just to have that whole thing unravel for you back in Ile-Des-Chene? What a story it is here in northern Manitoba and Saskatchewan.
I think it's an incredible feat for the kids to be able to put in the time and effort and be rewarded with going in with high expectations and seeing those expectations fulfilled. It was just kind of like a lifelong dream for them.
You know, as we were mentioning before we went to air here today, I know that you were hoping for a top four finish. Heading in, Doug, was it a top four finish we were hoping for, or did you fully expect to be in the top four?
Well, I think I'll kind of turn that question over to Craig, because he's the guy more with those kind of thoughts.
Okay, here we go. We'll see what Craig has to say.
Thanks, Doug. No, I think, well, Doug and I, we both know that going into the provincial championships, we had played the majority of the top 10 teams and fared well against all of them. So we knew after the first tournament, actually in Portage, that we were certainly, in contention for maybe a special year. We knew that anything was possible. And I think the more we played, the more we realized, okay, this could happen this year. Like the ranking that we had 7th going down wasn't a real true indication of where we sort of stood. I think we probably stood a little higher than that, but I think all the kids really believed, like really truly believed that they could compete, and that's important, right? Yep. Having the confidence when you go on the court to know, to really believe that you can beat these top teams is something that we haven't had or had glimpses of in the past years, but this year they really truly thought that they could, finish well, and they did.
2-2 in the round robin, Craig. Did you think was that a bit of a disappointment in the round? I know you played some good schools, but were you hoping to be a little bit better in the round robin, or were you right where you thought you needed to be for the playoff round to start?
I think the round robin, I was happy with the start. I mean, they came out and they beat Dauphin, and we actually lost to Dauphin when we were in, I think it was Brandon, or in Dauphin. And so it was back and forth, and then we played Springs, and we've had close games with Springs as well. So even though we lost in 3 games, and they were close. Right. We beat Dauphin, and then it was close with Springs, and then Neelan, I think we played our 2 worst games of the tournament, so we knew that if we did play our best, that would have been close too. And then, of course, we beat Windsor Park pretty handily. But, I mean, I don't think how we finished 2-2 is a pretty good, was a good indication of how we sort of felt going in. It was, it was close. We knew it was going to be close going in. We knew we had to play Sanford the next day, and it was the same thing. Another team that we play a few times. It's been back and forth over the last couple of years, actually, and they managed to beat them to go to the semis. So it was, not just the provincials, but throughout the season, it was every time we went out to play. We weren't expecting to go out there and just do our best because we think we're going to get beat. They expected to win every game, and I think that was huge. That was huge.
Well, you know what? And you can be as good a coaches as you want, but confidence is something that I don't know you can ever teach anybody, is it?
You have to develop it. I think as a coach, it's your job to make the kids believe, and you can only do that by going down south and playing these teams. And once you have success, then of course with success comes, I think, the confidence. And it's for some of these guys, like Sam's been with me since grade 9. His confidence has been building since his first year out with us as just a young lad, and this year, believe me, when we played teams, other teams were saying, "Oh boy, we got to play Mr. Sam Kinsley." So they knew who he was. So we had that factor this year, which was really nice.
Let's talk to Sam. Sam was an all-star of the weekend. Let's talk about what it was like for you. I know you guys had some success throughout the year as well, but were you surprised at how well the team did in provincials, or did you think it was just a matter of time?
Well, I knew we could play good. It was just a matter of if we could come together as a team, and we helped each other out through tough times, and that's what got us the win. We helped each other play and win, basically.
I know your coach was saying that you had a good core together. How long has this core been together? He mentioned that you've been with him since grade 9. I'm assuming there's some other guys you played with since that time period as well.
Yeah, Luke Gawiak and Garrett Whitford. I've been with them since grade 10, and Riley Ratchuk, and we've all been friends since the start of high school and before that even.
I'm sure this is an experience that you probably will never forget. I don't know, it's the provincial level to get as close as you did. That's something I'm sure you won't forget.
No, never. It's still setting in. It's huge.
When you go down, it must have been. And the thing that I really thought was really cool about the whole weekend was just how all the kids were texting each other in town. And I believe the game was online and you could actually watch it. There was a lot of people back north that actually got to see that. Could you feel the excitement from all the people back here in northern Manitoba?
Oh yeah, all over Facebook and Twitter and stuff, and people messaging me and saying, "Hey, we're watching your game. Good luck." And it was to everyone on the team too. Everyone was just feeling the love from Flin Flon.
Did you have a lot of adrenaline? Were you nervous that last game? How did it feel out there going for the provincial championship?
We felt good. We were a little nervous. It was expected, but we felt like we could play and we could beat them, and we got close, but we didn't pull through, I guess.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was a great effort, and like you said, I know everybody in northern Manitoba and Saskatchewan is very proud of your efforts, and you in particular, member of the All-Star team. What does that mean? I played well, I guess, this weekend, and our team did good too, and that always helps. If you're on a winning team, they congratulate those kind of players. I would have to think you're right. That makes it more special. You go down there and you lose every game. You're an all-star. Probably doesn't mean as much as you did to actually go through and really put Hapnot Collegiate on the map, really.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Listen, congratulations on a great weekend.
Thank you.
Let's bring in Brett Muench as well, who's a part of that team. Brett, how long have you been playing with these guys?
This is my second year playing for the senior team.
So really a nice, way for you to go in with really history in the making. Were you expecting that when the year began?
Well, we sort of knew that we could play with the top teams as soon as we played with, as soon as we went to one of those first tournaments, and we just all had the confidence, and that's what we needed.
How long did it take for you to develop confidence? Is that something that really took a while for you to develop, or did you kind of have it early?
Last year they started me out with helping get that confidence and brought it over this year, and I really had the confidence to play this year, I guess.
Must help when you get to play with pretty good players too. You have pretty good athletes on this team.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially Sam, Garrett, Luke, and all the seniors. Yeah, they're great to play with.
So you've got a few more years left in this program then?
Yeah, I'm going into my last year, and yeah, we're hoping to do pretty good next year.
You set the bar pretty high for the next team, didn't you?
Yeah, for sure.
Listen, congratulations on a great weekend.
Thank you.
We'll close things out with the coaches here before we do wrap it up here today. Doug, I got to ask you, because I know you've been part of this program for so long, any other tournament you could think of that reminded you of what this team went through? Is there any other experience that you have as a coach or being involved in Hapnot athletics that reminds you of just what happened to this team?
Well, I guess to draw some parallels, the second year we were at Golf Provincials where we came in. We were second the year before. We ended up playing, I think, in Heckle Island in '95, and we were tied with another team, I think, from Brandon Mcintosh. We ended up going to extra holes and won on the second extra hole. So it was excitement too. But this is by far different because the gym was filled with people. Everybody could feel the pressure, and the kids really came through, and it was a proud moment for them.
And like you said, with modern technology, now everybody watching the game back home, which is different. You didn't have that 10 years ago.
Oh, no. I think we had to find a payphone in the Heckle Island to make the phone calls home at that time. So it was very special and very neat for the kids.
It certainly was. And Craig, any closing comments you'd like to make here today?
Brett Muench, you were just talking to Brett here. He didn't mention, but he played a tough position this year, being libero in the back row. So he's kind of switched from setting to playing libero. And if you don't understand volleyball, it's extremely hard to do that. And he did a really, really good job. So he's being modest. I also wanted to mention Garrett Whitford. He also finished with a graduating All-Star award, and he just started setting this year. And again, if you don't understand the game, to set at that level, it's pretty amazing. He came around, and we're really impressed with Garrett too. So I want to throw that out there. And Doug, I knew when I asked Doug 3 years ago to come out and help coach, I knew I was asking a guy that, he's reffed the game a lot. He knows the game. He's got a, quiet confidence. He's good with the statistics, which is nice because he can share that with the kids, and I think that helps with the confidence too. And we wish him all the best in his retirement.
I'll tell you what, would have been a nice way to go out with that provincial title, but certainly a lot of great memories. Listen, thanks a lot, guys, for doing this. A great showing. I think they're going to have to build another gym to put up all these banners that you guys keep winning here, certainly in northern Manitoba and Saskatchewan. Job well done. And Doug, you taught me growing up, so certainly good luck in your retirement.
I guess it's not official yet, but rumors are going to spread now for sure.
Somebody may hear this. Anyway, thanks a lot for doing this today. We appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much, Doug, again, and thank you, Craig. And thank you, of course, Brett Muench and Sam Kinsley. That is our Norman Sportsline program today. Members of the Hapnot Kings boys senior volleyball team who came within 4 points of winning the provincial title in Ile-Des-Chene a couple weekends back.